Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk.
Dude, the lunatics are running the insane asylum. And the insane asylum is the world. And the lunatics are the far left crazy liberals. This is The Objective Jerk, and I am said jerk. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all right. I'm recording another podcast, so it's like I guess I'm feeling better because I think I recorded one yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the mood necessarily, but I definitely want to talk about Alec Baldwin and the shooting on his film and stuff. So I guess the trial started. And first of all, I want to point out that as I was looking, so I got on Google, right? Because I try not to use Google, but I still do sometimes. So I had Google and I searched up rust armor, and then it brings up like stuff to help rust your car and stuff like that. And I scroll down, nothing about the trial and the fiasco, and then I go on DuckDuckGo and I do the same thing, same search, and bam, it's, filled with whatever. So it's like, it's so obvious that Google just tries to manipulate information out there. So beware. Don't use Google. Don't. I mean, if it's for something like stupid, if you want to look up like, pictures of an actor or something like that, then yeah, maybe, or something, something along those lines. But if you want to get anything political, that's correct. Because even if their stuff is just so far left that it's like, it's too much, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you want to get more accurate news, do not use Google, or searches anyway. Do not use Google. If you want to get better news, if you have a VPN, go to the news sites from other countries that report on stuff for us, and you'll see a big difference in that too. But anyway, so the trial started, I guess, and I always thought, I remember when this happened, and I was just like, God, they're so stupid. So you have this woman, her name's Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, no great hyphen. So she was the armorer on the film. So her job is to have accountability on the weapons and make sure they're working correctly and make sure there's nothing wrong. She's supposed to load the dummy rounds or the blanks, make sure there's nothing in there, like the same thing that happened with Brandon Lee, you know what I mean? So that's her job, right? And the thing is, they hired this liberal SJW, whatever, she's just like a big fucking loser, stoner with like purple hair and just retarded, spent the day before doing lines of coke, using the guns that they're using for the film, and went actually shooting with them at a range, which is just stupid. This is what I'm talking about. The loonies are running an asylum. You can't. And they hired this woman because she's probably like bisexual or something. That's what she said, and she dressed. You know what I mean? And okay, that's good. It doesn't matter that, what your knowledge is and skills and your history and your whatever. But even like, it's just because they're not brought up. I was brought up on gun safety. I had jobs. I was in the Army. I went and took classes on gun safety and various things. I would have been a much better hire than this stupid bitch. I mean, just last week, went to a family member's house and they had like a homemade .22 rifle that they used to shoot stray cats and whatever, from getting to their chickens and stuff. So the guy had his gun and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's homemade, like, the stock, the wood. And so they had the piece. It was pretty cool. So I shot it and then my son's wanting to shoot it, and then, before I even let them touch it, I go over the 4 fundamentals, I go over everything what you're not supposed to do. Make sure you do this, whatever, this and that. Because I want them to have it, even though it's not the same here, but still, as far as gun laws and carrying and stuff like that. But, it's important, and even with like toy guns, it's like, don't shoot people in the face. Okay. And I remember I was in Washington, a stupid liberal state, and we went to Mount Rainier, and my youngest kids they were not very old. They were around 5-ish, give or take a year or two, probably more, maybe 5, maybe 6 or something like that. But they had Nerf guns, little Nerf guns, and we were pulling them in a wagon. So that's how young they were, because there's a lot of walking, right? So we were in the main area where there's like bathrooms and stuff like that. And my son's like in the wagon because it had some, and he's like pretending like, whatever, this and that. And this lady like starts scolding him. You shouldn't do that. Don't point it at somebody. This and that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, lady, chill. Okay, chill. It's a Nerf gun. All right. He's not like pointing at somebody's face. Like, I understand kind of like where she's coming from a little bit, but it's a Nerf gun. That's what they're for. And it was obvious that this woman didn't like guns and whatever. Now it's like, because, okay, so, yes, you shouldn't treat, I mean, it's a toy gun. That's what they're for. But it's like, you can't be like, oh, you can't point at people. That's mean. It's like, well, okay, well, what about when you're doing paintball? It's not a real gun, but you're playing. You got to shoot people. It's just kind of stupid. So that's just dumb. I mean, now if he was getting out and running up to people and like pointing it in their face or something, then yeah, I could see someone getting upset. I would have got upset, but it's just things like that. But, but the thing is, it's like individuals like that woman right there, that's probably how this girl was. And then she's getting a job as an armor just because she could get the job. Can you do it? I'll figure it out. Do some fucking coke. And it's like, oh man, so I got this a little bit. I heard the one podcast where I was like constantly doing that. I'm trying. Anyway, so lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's retarded, and it's not just movie films and things like that. It's everywhere. People that are useless, people that are just incapable of. These are the people that just don't amount to anything in life. And now suddenly they're getting opportunities and they're fucking it up. Not all of them, I'm sure, but this is a prime example of the retardness that is hired in our government, all because of their identity politics. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing here. You can't. This woman. Let me go over the article real quick. First, and then second, it's like, okay, here's another thing too. Now, granted, everybody dresses up when they go to court, but it's just kind of funny when you see video from the police cams when they're talking to this armor woman. Her hair's all dyed up. She just looks like a fucking stoner chick sitting, homeless woman or something. You know what I mean? And then, of course, when they go to court, we gotta look like we're conservative, not liberal. You know what I mean? It's like, what does that tell you right there? But yeah, so this is what happened. She took the guns that are being used for the film, which, in all honesty, like if I was the armor, I would want to shoot them too, because they're like old school revolver. They're fun to shoot. So I would want to shoot them, but I wouldn't. I would not take the guns. Like, okay, I was always taught, like, when you're cleaning your gun, or if you have like dummy rounds and you're like practicing loading, like you like click, 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 drop the mag, and you can sit there and practice. Or if you're cleaning your weapon, you make sure, like if you have a gun that's loaded and you're doing it, unload it, take those rounds and put them in another room, so that when you're cleaning and stuff, you're not just kind of like your brain. You know how sometimes your brain just goes on autopilot and you're doing stuff, then maybe like you're kind of loading it and you're not realizing it, and then you go and you shoot the gun. Oh shit, what? You know what I mean? That's pretty out there, but I'm sure it's happened. But that's the things you do. Those are the precautions you take to make sure that the gun doesn't go off. So you put the rounds in another room. So the fact that she was taking this gun or these guns and shooting them like the day before or whatever is idiotic. And then there's live rounds at the movie set. Like when they were there, they found live rounds around. It's like, really? What? And so her job, she handed a gun to Alec Baldwin, and he shot and killed somebody, and somebody else got injured. So now they're on trial. Now, this armor, they're trying to be like, oh, she's a scapegoat and whatever this is. Dude, she definitely needs to be charged and spend some time in jail. For sure. It's her fault, ultimately, because it's her job to make sure that everybody's safe with the firearms. She's an armorer. That's her job. So, yes, she should get in trouble. Alec Baldwin should also get in trouble because he's the one that hired her. Because wasn't he the... Oh, let me see. I want to make sure. Yeah, and like she was at like the night before, she was all like doing lines of coke and partying and this and that. And it's like, you know, LA movie set shit. But it's like, dude, when you're dealing with weapons, you should not be... If they are all rubber, then that's one thing, you know. Which a lot of them, you know, they have various types of guns that they use on film. You know, they have the rubber ones. They have, you know, some ones that if you were to actually look at them, you could tell, you know, like when they're running around and doing stuff with them. But then when like for the close-ups, they have maybe more realistic ones. And then if they have a revolver one, you know, you got to see, you know, if somebody's pointing a gun or a revolver and there's no rounds that you can tell. So they'll put like fake ones in there. So it looks like there's bullets in there. And then when they have to fire it, that's when they put the blanks. And blanks look completely different. They look like a bullet casing that's like squinched. It's like crushed at the top. So there's no round in it. It's just all the black powder and everything. So it just makes the noise, you know. So it just, the fact that she had rounds around was just stupid. She was not capable of doing that job. She should not have had that job. And she also had problems like on her first movie, I guess, with like Nicolas Cage. She was stupid. He like stormed off yelling about her and told her that she needed to get fired. I thought, oh, dang it. Oh, a star and producer. Oh, so he's a producer. I thought he was the director. Okay. But he's a producer. I mean, as a producer, though, I think, you know, he knows that, you know, they're going out partying. Like, I don't know. Like, if I was in charge of a movie set and I had a person that was in charge of guns, and I would be like, you're not shooting these guns. I mean, and he's a liberal idiot, but it's like, you're not going to go out partying. And I don't know. It's just like he should be held accountable a little bit, I think. I don't think he needs to go to jail or anything like that, but he needs to be charged with something. He needs to be fined. He needs to do some community service or get some actual good training with weapons. And then this bitch needs to get some training and she needs to go to jail.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could, like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this. And you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So, hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. Because it's just ridiculous, man. Yeah, like she spent the whole night blaming or partying and everything. Yeah, she's ultimately to blame. Like I think they both need to go to jail. But, well, I mean, no, not really, actually. Alec Baldwin bugs me. It's so funny how he's like so anti-gun and this and that, and then they do these movies and here he kills somebody. The anti-gun guy has actually killed somebody with a gun. It's funny. It's not funny, but it is, you know. But it's just, I don't know, it's insane. But see, this right here, this little situation, this little example is happening all over the world, man. All over. People that were in charge of shit. It's like it's people. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But you have successful people in life, and then you have people that are not successful. And now it's like these people in the past that would have not really been that successful, just normal 9 to 5, whatever, this and that, kind of never really growing up. That's just how they live. Now these people are like running corporations and businesses and all this kind of stuff, and they're failing, man. This is what happened. Look at the world. This is why you can't hire on anything but qualifications. Qualifications matter. If you got two people that have the same qualifications, one is a white dude and one is a black woman, and they're both exactly, they both could do the job good. If you want to hire a woman that's black for whatever reason, okay, I get it. Okay, and you pick her. But if you have this woman who is an idiot, and then you have the guy, the white male, who is not an idiot and could do the job, and you hire her, then you're wrong. It's stupid. And that's how everything is. That's, all these kind of liberal ran online news outlets and I don't know, just so many things are just failing and but it's a good thing, though. I mean, people are starting to notice. People are starting to notice the bullshit. It just takes a while. Shit. But at least it's happening. I think even people that, are centered, that don't maybe like Trump necessarily, and they're like, you know what, I'm not even going to vote because I don't want to vote for Biden and I don't want to vote for Trump. And there's no point in writing in somebody. It's not going to win. It's like, I voted, but it's like, why don't you vote for one of the two that's going to make it? So, see, I'd say either don't vote or vote for somebody. Don't write in Mickey Mouse. I mean, I guess, you're voting for other people besides the president, though, too. So, I get it. But anyway, and I guess you can't leave it blank, so. But, okay, I'm getting off track. But those people that I'm talking about, the center who aren't going to vote or going to vote for Mickey Mouse or something, they can see the writing on the wall. They can see that how popular and unstoppable Trump is. So when the elections come, and if Biden wins again with all these votes, he's the most popular president ever, it's not just going to be the right side and the crazy, conspiracy kind of whatever, kind of like me, I guess. It's going to be, everybody's going to it's going to get crazy. It's going to get nuts. It's going to get worse. Because they can see it. A lot of the people this time around are going to be like how I was last time. I saw everything, Biden hiding in the basement, and he didn't do shit. And then when he did make appearances, it was retarded. He went to Florida and he played some music for something. Oh yeah, look at like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans and Cubans. Yeah. It's like he's such a fucking clueless moron. And he won, really? It was the same. I was shocked, just like I was when Trump won, because I thought for sure Clinton was going to win. Hillary. I didn't want her to. I didn't vote for her, but I was like, she's going to win. And I remember I was on nights or swings or something. And I was working and I was catching the news. And then I remember walking in and seeing Trump was just kicking ass. I was like, what? I was like, really? I was like, I didn't think that was going to happen. Same thing with Biden and Trump, dude. There was like, there's no way Trump's not winning. Biden's a fucking idiot. Maybe next time. And then he won. It was like, what? So if that happens again, it's not just going to be the right side. It's going to be most of the country is going to be like, this is they're going to see it's the corruption. They're going to be like, this is bullshit. So Trump is going to win. He has to win. The only way is if he dies mysteriously or he gets assassinated. Whatever. This is a podcast. I don't care. So yeah, I don't know. But it all, it's all, you look at, maybe you don't follow politics, but maybe you follow, movies and stuff like that. And you see, and maybe you are following this and you're like, oh, look at Alec Baldwin's being charged. But this whole scenario is the same crap that's going on in the world, man. All over. It's sick is what it is. It's really, I don't know. It blows my mind that I don't know. It makes me think like what it's actually like to work in the film industry in Hollywood. It must suck so bad. The people and everything. Like I couldn't imagine, if I was the armor working there and then just dealing with all the crazy liberals and stuff like that. And I wouldn't be doing lines of coke or nothing like that. I might smoke a little weed, but I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna affect me at work. I hated drinking before. I went to work hungover one time when I was really young. I was actually like 19 or 20 or something like that. It was my friend's birthday, and I went to work hungover, and that was the worst day of my life. I don't do well hungover. That's why I don't really drink. I'm pretty much don't drink, but I will drink something every once in a while, so I can't say that I don't drink. But the point is, this young, stupid, liberal, dumb bitch, she should have realized, okay, we're going to be messing with real guns tomorrow on set. I need to be top of my game or whatever. Because if it's all just plastic rubber guns, okay, I get it, but that's not what her job. I'm sure she's like a handler of those, but her main job is the guns, the actual guns. Make sure they're working right and make sure no one's going to get injured and everybody's doing, safety. Like, could she even name the 4 fundamentals of gun safety? I bet you she can't. And they're trying to say that she's saying that Alec Baldwin didn't get training. He was supposed to do some training the day before and he didn't do it. It's like, okay, what kind of training is he going to do that he hasn't already had as an actor? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of bullshit. They're trying to blame it on him, but it's like, dude, it's her fault. Ultimately, it's her fault. And then I think you could blame Alec Baldwin a little bit. I know a lot of people want him to go down because he's a douche, but to be honest, it's like, I don't think he needs to go to jail or anything. Just, fined, some community service, maybe some training, something like that. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to kind of talk about that. I saw the news clip on something, and then I was like, I read a quick little thing, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to talk about this. And then, like I said, when I got on the computer and started looking up, Google, nothing. See, think about that, man. You get on Google. I searched the exact same things. Rust armor. Nothing on Google. Nothing. I mean, maybe if I went down a few pages, maybe, or whatever, but I'm not, no. Then I get on DuckDuckGo, and it's all nothing but the shooting, and you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm looking for armor for rust. It's like, no. See, Google, fuck Google. Fuck Google. All right, I said it. Thanks for listening. I will see you guys on the next one. All right, thanks. Bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.